think I got it now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and 14,000 people, you know, well, if you have a cap of 20 million, how will you make 14,000 people to get into the cut? I mean, look, unfortunately, you were one of them.
Right.
There are reasons for that, where that happened, right? So it's late entry on the website, multiple entries on the website. Then, of course, the system just takes, you know, the either the last one or the first one or one in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So what? So check this. Like maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, I checked my the Vagabond thing, and my account showed up as registered, but when I checked yesterday, it showed up as not.
Yeah, look, yesterday?
Or was it today? It might have been today. Well, the last time I checked, it said it wasn't. I was like, what happened?
Okay, but the first tool we had was just to show if the people have put in the information on the site. There was even a huge disclaimer down there. It said, you know, it's just to show you the information, but it doesn't give you the eligibility of the airdrop. Yep. So anyhow, look, everything around that, it was expected. And by the way, that if you haven't put that out today, latest at the 24th, right, exactly what happened, and people would be much more disappointed. Right. So that's the one thing. And the second thing is, look, we came out with the form. People didn't fill it out. We got a shitstorm. Right. And since then, we have a shitstorm under every post we do that they want to have a tool. Now we have a tool, and people are going to be shitstorming us again. So I mean, it doesn't matter what you do; you're going to get the shitstorm, right? I know shitstorms happen. We saw that the last big time flare in the XRP space, in the Bitcoin and in the mining space. You see it every day, so on and so forth. No problem with shitstorms, right? Opposition is always good. Concern is always good. You learn out of that. Right. It's all good. The thing is, look, if you don't read your stuff, what do you expect we're going to happen afterwards, right? So we said fill out the form wasn't filled out. Right. We say, listen, if the tool going to come, the question is, when is the tool coming? Well, when we have finished with the tool. Right. Then from the other side, we have a huge disclaimer on the post. We have a huge disclaimer on the site. And we have a disclaimer of a disclaimer on the bottom of the site, where it says, it's just preliminary, what is the English word for that? Preliminary, whatever. It's just an evaluation. It's a pre-evaluation we have, right? And it might change. And of course it will change over time. It's 40,000 records. I don't have so many people to check that. Right. So the system, like what the system is doing is pretty simple. The system goes in, does the first cleanup we have. The first cleanup we have is, you know, getting out the duplicates, wrong entry, etc. So that was directly after we closed the form. Then we sent all the data, right? So all the XRP addresses we sent for a snapshot on the 1st of December. We get the data back, right? And the data is the ledger data we have. Right. So now we have all the data there. Now we need to turn on the system and say, hey, listen, look for a couple of things. Look for people who have multiple registries, right, in our airdrop. Number one. Right. Number two, just check if these guys have multiple sub-accounts. And with multiple, I'm not talking about one or two. We found one guy who had 400 sub-accounts. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look, he paid. That's a lot of trust lines. Man, that's a lot. We found one thing, found one account who had, look, let me lie, I don't know exactly the number, but it was about 30 ELS transactions from multiple, right, wallets into one. Wow. So when you dig deeper into that, you see that all the sub-accounts who sent the ELS to this one account have registered on our site. Absolutely. So, and look, what do you want to do with that? We have a cap of 20 million. Right. We don't have more than 20 million. We said the cap of 20 million is even capped to 1,000, you know, of whoever comes in. First, was it first come, first serve.
Right.
So we can, statistically, can just serve something between 20 and 30,000 people. So we tried to turn off the system, the forum, at the moment where we felt, that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And we missed it by 10,000. So if I look now in Twitter, what happens is most, or it's not most, but out of the 13, 14,000 who are not in the airdrop,
yeah,
we've got like 3,000 comments down there. There will be more. I'm pretty sure about that. But I expect to be 13,000 comments down there of people who are complaining. I'm really, really sorry that they are not in.
Right.
But look, being fair means being fair.
Right.
Right? It's first come, first serve. And yes, look, being fair has a couple of implications behind that. If I do a snapshot, I don't do one after each other. I just send a bunch to the ledger and get them back.
Right.
Right? So
absolutely.
When I get a bunch back, they have different response times behind it. So it might be you are the first one who went into the thing, but the response was just higher and you end up somewhere in the middle.
Right.
That is something which we cannot control.
You can't control that.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody can control that. Look, it is both of them. And then we have this ledger latency problem right now, etc., etc. So things happen. We're a company making money by doing business and building products. We don't have time to do that for an airdrop.
Absolutely.
Right. So I mean, look, what we're gonna do in the next couple of days forward is we are pretty sure there are still accounts in it which do not belong in this airdrop.
Uh-huh.
As I said, we want to be fair, right? So, for
Yeah.
example, just one simple example.
I'm sure the people appreciate that.
How many exchanges do we have right now registered on that? It's about 20 to 30, right? Exchanges in that. So 20 to 30, each 1,000 means we are talking right now about 30,000 30 other people who we can let in with a max of 1,000 tokens.
Right.
Right? So if you have the max of 30, so there's another 30 which is definitely going to come because the other gonna drop out. So then we've got other accounts. We heard that today many times in the messages and also on the board. Is people have 4 phones registered with 4 phones and bragging on the internet with it.
Wow.
You're gonna find it.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? So, I mean, if you go into the ancestry, if you dig deeper into the thing, you will find out.
Cause it's the standard in this bitch. XRP. I went to YouTube University, and now they mocking me with no degree. We saying by the swift, keep it walking. Respect your elders in these bushes. Bitcoin is talking.